죽음이라는 걸 이제 우리가 알아야 되겠죠.
We should know what death is.
지금 이런 말이
People struggle with words like this because they don't know what it is.
일체 존재하지 않는다.
Death doesn't exist at all.
죽음은 없어요.
There is no death, even if there is a word to describe it.
만들었는데 죽음은 일체
Death doesn't exist at all. Why? Grand nature operates everything as energy. Do you die when you let go of your body after you have finished using it? No, you don't. Your flesh will return to grand nature as energy through microbial activity. Then, does your spiritual existence end when you die? Your soul moves on when you have finished living in this life's environment. Where does your soul go? To another dimensional world. The energy moves from the physical state to a different state. This soul exists forever, and all the energy in the universe is eternal. We transform as necessary to work in different environments. Even a handful of stones, a handful of soil, or a drop of water is also energy. Those things play a certain role in a particular environment, but are all energy. Everything that humans have exists as energy. The soul has different kinetic power because it is a special type of energy. It doesn't return to microorganisms. Everything returns to microorganisms, molecules, and tiny particles, but the gods or souls don't return to tiny particles. The gods are non-physical energy that does not return to small particles. It has its unique existence as non-material energy, so it will return to its original form even if you scatter it. It needs an enormous shock to scatter. We experienced this once before. Our souls have been dismantled once by the tremendous power of nature. That was the Big Bang. I heard the term Big Bang, so I looked into what they were talking about. Nature's principles can be solved by understanding this event. Since you labeled the event Big Bang, I will use that term for now. At this time, particles of everything grew bigger. But gods, as non-material energy, which cannot be split, scattered into small pieces. That is the principle of the Big Bang. The Big Bang was when all non-material energy gods came together and created a shock wave that changed all physical matter. In this shock, the elemental energies of the gods were all split into delicate molecules and blown away. The God energies were dismantled, scattered, and mixed with substances. It took tens of billions of years for our molecules to return to themselves. It also took a very long time for Earth and our galaxy to form. Around the time the solar system, including Earth, was forming, our molecules almost finished converging. All these things were linked and happened simultaneously. Grand nature created our Earth by molding and shaping it for 3 billion years. All our molecules arrived during these 3 billion years, but were still confused and were trying to put themselves together. The particles of the gods were assembling, and it took 3 billion years to come together. After 3 billion years passed, the experiment of human creation began. There was a process of mature evolution to create living beings. Souls practiced entering the body to see if the physical body had finished evolving. There was a period of practicing in which we attached and detached again and again. At that time, living or dying was not the issue, but practicing living in a body on earth was more important. It was a time of experimenting on earth. When experimenting, nature made many substances like gases and all sorts of things. Some of the animals and plants at the time were gigantic. There was a period of trial and error to make earth ideal for human life forms. When the earth became habitable and human life forms found order, the human era began. Human civilization began. This subject is too vast to talk about everything now and explain it all here. But from what I have said thus far, people may come up with further questions later. You asked a very grand question. This question guides our students to research profound issues. Westerners ask good questions. In trying to find the answer, they studied it, but only to a certain point. Then they died, and that was the end. It was not the time to find the answers yet. But now, in Hucheonsidae, the new era post-2012, we should sort out all these answers. So we are living in an era where we shouldn't waste our time wondering. Life in the future will be different due to the answers we produce. Our life will change completely from the old ways of living in Hucheonsidae, the previous era before 2012. As such, a car that runs on the ground will fly, and everything in society will change. Everything will change, even the way we breathe. Why? Because the energy quality will go up, and it will change everything. Do not think that life is too hard. We, as the gods, create the world by changing and transforming it. We are gods. If you do your part here and leave the earth as God, you will not suffer as you did on earth. Your efforts here carry on. Death is not something to worry about. We just need to live our given lives well and do our best to do our duty. There won't be that much suffering anymore. Running simulations have finished. We ran a lot of simulations at the end of Hucheonsidae. You thought you had done good deeds but got hurt in the end. You were mistaken about what we thought were good deeds. You practiced righteous living, but it really wasn't, and you suffered. So far, our scientific perspectives have been confined to our physical bodies. We haven't viewed our bodies on a deeper level. Scientists also say that our cells die and return to nature. Hence, there is no death. Everything combines to form structures to be used in a certain way. These structures disassemble and return to nature. The concept of life or death doesn't exist at all in this process. Nature is as such. You should understand it this way.